The Nigerian Maritime Industry continues to be the pivot of West Africa's shipping activities, owing to its strategic location by the coastline. The Nigerian government in 2003 enacted the Coastal and Inland Shipping Act, Cabotage, into law, and in 2004 the implementation started. The objective of the Act is primarily to reserve the commercial transportation of goods and services within Nigerian coastal and inland waters to vessels flying the Nigerian flag and owned by persons of Nigerian citizenship. The Alumni of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, AMAN, organized a forum to engage stakeholders and also to push through reviewing the Act by looking at its success and the areas that need improvement. The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, commended the industry, saying the collaboration and cooperation of the regulators and stakeholders can help achieve the intent of the Cabotage Law.
I'm happy we're discussing the topic of cabotage. Those who conceived the Cabotage Law did very, very well. It is for those of us who are there today to ensure we achieve the intent and aspiration of the Cabotage Law. I believe that we've not done very well. There is room for improvement. I also believe that the greatest thing that can happen to us to achieve the Cabotage Law is collaboration and cooperation. If you leave the master to drive the Cabotage Law till tomorrow, we will not achieve much. If you leave stakeholders to drive the Cabotage Law, we cannot achieve much. But if the regulator, stakeholders, and industry all work together, that is the only way we can achieve the intent and aspiration of the Cabotage Law.
The provisions of the Act were expected to lead to the development of Nigerian shipyards and dry dock yards as a result of their increased patronage by a large number of indigenous shipping companies, which would need to have their coastal vessels built or repaired in Nigeria. The infrastructure for this has not improved, but the Cabotage Vessel Financial Fund is trying to change that.
We have to develop capacity, also in shipbuilding. And so what the agency is doing is to facilitate the upgrade, mark the words, the upgrade of existing shipyards, and get people to also establish new shipyards. And as we talk, there are shipbuilding companies abroad. The DG mentioned Singapore. There are some in South Africa, some in India, and all that are interested in partnering with our indigenous shipyards for upgrade. But some have the plans of establishing new shipyards. So this is what we are doing. And along the line, for vessels that also need assistance, maybe like you also heard, when the CVFF is going to be disbursed, whenever it is going to be disbursed, like I said, part of the purpose of that fund is maritime infrastructure. So for those that need assistance, they will apply and go through the process, if they need financial assistance.
In every industry, skilled workers are required, and the maritime sector is not any different. Stakeholders decried the low number of local seafarers and reiterated the need for seafarers to be adequately trained and absorbed into the industry.
I think whilst the efforts of NIMASA through the NSDP program, train our cadets abroad on foreign ships to enable them obtain international certificates that will make it possible for them to work on foreign ships trading globally. Why that is a commendable effort? We are saying that we should not be unmindful of our own home needs for seafarers. As we speak, there's a huge deficit of qualified and skilled seafarers to man our cabotage ships in country. So we would encourage that they also look at how to use ships in country to provide the sea time required by these cadets so that they can qualify to a level where they can man the ships in country. That's the point we are making, because what's happening right now, the reason you still have a lot of foreign seafarers working on ships in country is because there's a deficit of seafarers. in country. So we cannot be providing manpower for foreigners when there's a manpower deficit at home.
The president of AMAN expressed joy at the outcome of the forum, promising that it will not just be another talk shop, but that the deliberations and suggestions brought forward by the experts will be looked into and followed up by action.
We're very happy that we had stakeholders come in from different sectors of the industry that we serve, maritime, oil and gas, and shipping companies that provide one service or the other. So yes, I think that we have achieved the purpose, but it doesn't end there, to be honest with you. We sit down, we talk, and in the industry, and of course in Nigeria here, we have this kind of sessions from time to time, but it's moving beyond this, going forward after we have had this discussion to actually implement the outcome of this discussion that is more important for us, and to keep the discussion going.
Despite the challenges the Nigerian maritime industry faces, the policy remains one of the best things to happen to the indigenous shipping development in the country. Nigeria leads Africa with implementing the Act. Hopefully, with its constant review and proper implementation of the Act, the industry can not just only grow its revenue and in turn the economy, but also improve its human capital. Fome Unwajefe reported for Plus TV Africa.